Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to Children's Church. I'm so glad to have you here with me. I hope you had a very lovely Christmas. It is the day after Christmas. So we're going to talk about Epiphany, which is actually in 2 weeks. But that's the celebration of the wise men arriving. And technically I should do this lesson then, but who cares about doing things in order? We're going to talk about it today. So we're in the book of Matthew. We're in chapter 2. And we're talking about some wise men, also called the Magi. Let's jump right in at verse 1. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of King Herod, wise men from the east arrived unexpectedly in Jerusalem, saying, "Where is he who has been born King of the Jews? For we saw his star in the east and have come to worship him." When King Herod heard this, he was deeply disturbed, and all Jerusalem with him. So he assembled all the chief priests and scribes of the people and asked them where the Messiah would be born. "In Bethlehem of Judea," they told him, "because this is what was written by the prophet. And you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means the least of the leaders among Judah, because you will come out as a leader who will shepherd my people Israel." Then Herod secretly summoned the wise men and asked them the exact time the star appeared. He sent them to Bethlehem and said, "Go and search carefully for the child. When you find him, report back to me so I, too, can worship him." After hearing the king, they went on their way, and there it was, the star they had seen in the east. It led them until it came and stopped above a place where the child was. When they saw the star, they were overjoyed beyond measure. Entering the house, they saw the child with his Mary, his mother, and falling to his knees, they worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And being warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, they returned to their own country by another route. So why are they important? Why are they important enough that they get included in every nativity set ever? There is a reason. So see, Jesus was a child of prophecy. We know this. Hundreds of years before he came along, the prophet Isaiah had quite a lot to say about Jesus. And he fulfilled every single one of those prophecies. This meant he was important to us. But he was so important that those who didn't know God came to find him. Now that was not a short journey. Jesus wasn't a baby he was, but he wasn't a newborn. He was a toddler. He was about 2 years old. This journey took that long, and they still followed it. They didn't have faith. They didn't have the knowledge of what was going on. They were wise men, but they weren't men of scripture. They were men of astronomy. They saw the star and knew something marvelous had happened. Now, I was doing a little bit of research this week, and I found that some scientists think that the star that was so bright was actually light shining off the planet Uranus as it passed by us. And that's why it burned so brightly over where Jesus lay. Now, is it important what the star was? No, but I thought Judah specifically would enjoy that, so I'm leaving it in the lesson. Hi, buddy. They didn't know what Jesus would be, but they did know what he was. And they sought him out over a long 2-year journey to worship him. And we still seek God. Now, do we do it by taking very long journeys? What some people do. I don't particularly believe in the practice, but I get it. We seek God through 3 things. Prayer, which we do quietly and by ourselves, and sometimes corporate prayer. We do it through worship, through music and words and dancing. And we seek God through his word. We have 3 things that the wise men didn't have, but we seek him just the same. I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. We'll be back next week. We're still going to be talking about Jesus because, well, we kind of wouldn't be here without him, so just going to keep going. Have a wonderful week, guys. Bye.